Hey guys, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Checking out another QSP knife. It's one of the newer releases for 2024, kind of their first quarter release, if you will. We have the Walrus with us today. Now, you're going to find that there's three different versions of the Walrus out there in the wild, so to speak. You've got the green micarta, you've got a dark brown micarta, and you've got a jade G10 version. So, overall, we're going to check out the fit and finish, and done very, very well. You've got a little bit of letterboxing going on, as you can kind of see there. There you go. A little bit of letterboxing going on with those liners. You've got a black G10 backspacer on this one with a lanyard hole going on there. And that backspacer's actually got some jimping on there for a little extra grip. Got a stainless steel pocket clip, not deep carry in this case. Pretty much our standard half-ish inch, maybe a little bit less, sticking out of the pocket there. And it is right-hand tip-up carry only. Sorry for my left-handed friends. Again, overall fit and finish done pretty darn well. Centering looks pretty good on this one for sure. As always, guy, anytime I show you a knife, we're talking, for the most part, we're talking a sample size of 1. So, just want to throw that out there. What I tell you about this knife, yeah, it could be a little bit different from some others out there. From QSP, I don't really have too much worries about that. QSP's been doing some good stuff, not only on their knives, but OEM for quite some time now. Everything else chamfered off very nicely. Very well done. You can see there that the liner lock has got, some jimping on there to aid in your grip as well. Now, flipper, only meat of deployment. Detent's pretty solid. Does it drop? Pretty well. Yes, it does. Yeah, detent, pretty darn snappy. Grabbing that liner, and it drops. A little bit of a shake, nothing too major. But, oh my goodness, now we've got a very nice trailing point blade there. D2, as you can see, kind of a light stonewashed finish on this one. Trying to get the light without blinding you. But yeah, light stonewash, but nice trailing point. You do have some jimping there on the spine that does aid in my grip. Not too bad. Do have a sharpening choil going on there. It comes out, yeah, fairly even with the plunge. Let's check out. No real smiles. Done pretty well. Like it. Like it. These trailing point blades actually do kind of help out at work, cutting that rope, because that little bit of sweeping motion does kind of help out. Slides through that rope pretty well. QSP's D2 never had an issue with that. It's always on point and really just pretty darn good. Now, micarta's got some good texture to it, for sure. I mean, I really got to force my thumb to slip. So, good texture. Good texture on that micarta. All right, let's see here. What are we talking about? Overall, pretty much an 8-inch knife. You're looking at about 4 and... It's kind of in between 4.5, 4 3/4 on the handle length. Going to give our blade length just over 3 1/4. Cutting edge does come in slightly over the 3-inch mark, maybe 3 1/8. And then our grip length, we're looking at about 3 3/4, which you guys know gives me just a little bit extra room on that grip right there. So a little bit larger hands may do okay with it. Choking up, yes, you can. If you, keep back, sort of trigger that flipper tab, you can, just be careful. Obviously, there's nothing protecting you from the heel of that blade. So you can, but do at your own risk. I guess that's pretty much what I can say. Overall, feeling in hand is pretty darn good. We'll talk about that more in a minute, but we got to throw out our size comparisons, of course. That's just what we do. So with the PM2, pretty comparable. Yeah, really, actually, pretty comparable. Pretty comparable size. And that, of course, that means gonna be a little bit bigger than our bug out. We're talking weight. Do we have weight reduction? Absolutely we do. QSP is usually pretty good without weight reduction. Looks like the show side is pretty much where all our weight reduction is going to be. See what it comes out at. Just over 4 ounces, 4.1, and 116 grams. Now we are going to get our pocket out here. Check that out. Like I said, pretty easy in the pocket. Got enough ramp there. Like I said, not deep carry, so it is going to stick out of the pocket just a little bit. Nothing too major, fairly standard, like I say. And when I say standard half-inch, that's pretty much what I see most of these non-deep carry knives. They're sitting right about a half-inch sticking out of your pocket, so pretty decent pop coming out of the pocket. It's got a good grip on it. There you go. There's your ramp with your grip. Pretty solid pocket clip. Overall, what are we thinking? Well, QSP kind of does it again in my book. I will say I can feel this portion of the clip a little bit more than I would like to, for sure. Hot spot, bear down. If I bear down, I can definitely feel it more. So you may or may not, just depending on your hand size and how it lands in your hand. Pretty much a lot of times that happens. I mean, it's a little bit wider clip too. And sometimes with these more narrow-handled knives, and not necessarily, they do it with slim clips too. But this being a little bit wider clip, I think that's pretty much why I can feel it as much as I do. I do like the handle. You guys know I do like those curved handles like that. Hand just fits in there very nicely. Like I said, I do have a little bit of extra room for me, you know, in that 3.5 and this being 3/4, just a little bit peeking out there. But ergonomically, overall, my biggest point I want to point out is that clip for me. I do feel it a little bit more than I want to. Overall, I kind of like the overall design, the trailing point blade. Like I said, it does work really well for rope cutting. Take these to work, check them out. Go up against the 6, 9, and 21 thread rope. This one performed pretty well on all of them. Gotta say, it's in there for me. Now, when we were at Blade Show, Texas, I've got another one here. This is an Apex pass-around knife, by the way. I forgot to mention that, and I definitely need to do that. It's an Apex pass-around knife. David Blade Banner, Mr. QSP USA himself, got this into the pass-around. I've got another one coming up, the Otter. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I was kind of working one end of the table, and David was kind of working the other end. The Walrus was on his end, so I'm really not sure how popular the Walrus was, but the Otter, we'll be seeing that here in a couple of days, few days. That one was very, very popular. And I'm excited to show you that one because there's quite a few different versions of that available as well. So thanks a lot, David. Thank you again to the Apex Pass Around group. Of course, thank you all for stopping by today. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And subscribe, and leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Till next time, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.